Hi there, hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson I will teach you application of second derivative. Of course, there is a PDF file versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. First one, to find f dash 1 and f double dash 1. So first of all, we need to differentiate the function first. So f dash 1 means we need to find the first derivative at x is equal to 1. So let me just write this down. So f of x is equal to x 2x minus 1 power 3. Now to differentiate this, we use product rules. So we differentiate x and then we times this function here, and then we differentiate these functions and we times by the first function. So keep that in mind. Okay, so let's get into it. So to differentiate x, so let me just write this down. So f dash x, so differentiate x will give me 1. So 1, and then don't forget we times the second functions. So times 2x minus 1 power 3. So now what we do, we differentiate the second functions. So that is 2x minus 1 power 3. So we use power angle trick. So what that means is I differentiate the power, then I differentiate the angle, and I differentiate the trig functions. So in this case, there is no trig function, so we can just ignore that. So the power is 3, and then we bring it down, becomes 2. So that is equal to plus, so 3, and then 2x minus 1, 3 minus 1 is 2. So power is done. Then we differentiate the angle. And this angle here is 2x minus 1. So differentiate 2x minus 1 will give me 2. So it just times by 2. So I'm done with the differentiations of the second functions. So don't forget, we need to times the first functions, okay, by using product rules, of course. So what I do is I just simplify a little bit first. So that will give me, so 1 times 2x minus 1 power 3 is exactly the same as this. And then we add. So what I do, I go 3 times 2x. So that give me 6x. So let me just write this down. So equal to 6x 2x minus 1 square. So now what I do is I'm going to simplify a bit further by take out common factor so that I can find the second derivative easier. That's all. So let me just take our common factor first. So the common factor for this is 2x minus 1 power 3 here, and we have 2x minus 1 power 2. So we take 2x minus 1 power 2 out, okay? So that will take it out, 2x minus 1 power 2. And because this is power 3, we take power 2 out, so left with 1 left. So power 1 if you like. So 2x minus 1 power 1. And then power 2 here, we take it out. So therefore, only leave with 6x. So we add 6x. So there you go. So what I do, I just simplified the second brackets. So this means that power 1, I can just ignore that. And it's become like this. Okay, so now I just collect like terms. So 2x plus 6x give me 8x. So I'm going to write this in front. So that give me 8x. And then minus 1. And we have 2x minus 1 power of 2. So now we need to find f dash 1. Okay. So let me move this up a bit. So f dash 1. So this means that every time we see x, we replace with 1. So that will give me bracket 8 times 1 is 8 minus 1. And 2 times 1 is 2. And then we minus 1 square. So now this will give me 7. This will give me 1. So 1 square is 1. And then 7 times 1 is 7. So therefore, f dash 1 is 7. So there you go. Now we need to find f double dash 1. So let me just write down the first derivative of the function first. So the first derivative is this. So f dash x is equal to 8x minus 1 times 2x minus 1 square. So now to differentiate this, so f double dash x. So what we do, we use product rules and derivative first functions, that is this function here, and we times the second functions. Add derivative of these functions and we times this. Okay, so just keep that in mind by using product rules. So first of all, we differentiate 8x minus 1. So to differentiate that will give me 8. Okay, so 8, and then we times the second functions. And then we differentiate the second functions. So that is differentiate this. We use power angle trick. The power is 2, and then we bring it down, becomes 1. So 2x minus 1, 2 minus 1 is 1, so power 1. And then we differentiate the angle. This is power done. Angle is inside here. So therefore, we times differentiate 2x minus 1, give me 2. And don't forget, we need to times by the first function. So the first function is 8x minus 1. So there you go. Now I just tidied it up. So that will give me 8 2x minus 1 square. And we have 2 times 2 is 4. So we add, so we have 4. And then we have 2x minus 1 times 8x minus 1. So there you go. So now what I do, I just find f double dash of 1. So every time we see x, we replace with 1. So for f double dash 1, so this means that this x here, we replace with 1. So that becomes 8. 2 times 1 is 2. We minus 1 square. We add 4. And 2 times 1 is 2. We minus 1, and 8 times 1 is 8, and then we minus 1. So now I just evaluate this. So this will give me 1 because 2 minus 1 is 1 and it's squared up, also give me 1. And this give me 1 and this give me 7. So we just write this down. So that becomes 8 plus 4 times 1 is 4, and then we times 7. Otherwise, we can just put down a calculator. And we know that 4 times 7 is 28. We add another 8 is 36. So there you go. Otherwise, you can just put that on a calculator and you should get 36. So therefore, f double dash 1 is equal to 36. So therefore, f double dash 1 is 36. Second one. So we need to show f double dash x is equal to negative 4 times f of x. So we just need to differentiate the function twice first. So f of x is equal to 3 cos of 2x. So to differentiate this, we use power angle trick. So there's no power, we ignore. We differentiate the angle, give me 2. So therefore 2 times 3 is 6. And then differentiate cos, give you negative sine. So we just put in front. So sine of 2x. So now we need to differentiate one more times. So that is f dash x, of course. This is second times. So f double dash x. So we differentiate sine of 2x. So we use power angle trick. So there is no power. So we differentiate angle. So differentiate 2x will give me 2. Then 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. So minus 12. And then we differentiate trick, give me cos. Because differentiate sine, give me cos. So cos of 2x. So there you go. But then we need to show f double dash x is equal to negative 4 times f of x. So if you think about it, okay, negative 12 is equal to negative 4 times 3. So therefore, that is, let me just write this down. So negative 4 times 3 cos of 2x. And we know that this one here is f of x. So that will give me negative 4 times f of x. So therefore, f double dash x is equal to negative 4 times f of x. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How did you go? So let me go through them with you, okay? Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's get into it. So first one. So we need to differentiate this first. So differentiate, we need to write in index form first. So f of x equal 4x minus 2, because square root, it means power of a half. So there you go. So now what we do, we just need to find the second derivative of the functions, and then we substitute x is equal to 1, okay? So f dash x is equal to, we use power, angle, trig. But in this case, we don't have trig functions, so we ignore that. And then we differentiate the power, the half, we bring it down, and then a half minus 1 is negative half, okay? So a half, and then we have 4x minus 2, and a half minus 1 is negative a half. That is power. And then now we need to differentiate the angle. So the angle is here. So we differentiate 4x minus 2, so that will give me 4. So we times 4. So angle down as well. So that's it. So what I do now, I just simplify this. And we know that a half of 4, it give me 2. So let me just rewrite this. So that will give me 2 brackets 4x minus 2 power of negative a half. But now we need to find the second derivative. So f double dash of x. So we differentiate this, same rule applies, which is use power, angle, trig. So the power, angle, trig. So this power here is negative half. So we bring negative half down. So therefore negative half times 2 give me negative 1. And then we just write this down, 4x minus 2. So negative half minus 1 is negative 1.5 or negative 3 over 2. And then we differentiate the angle because it's power we just did. The angle is 4x minus 2. So to differentiate 4x minus 2, that will give me 4. So we just times by 4. So now this is equal to 4 negative, and then 4x minus 2 power of 3 over 2 negative. So what I do now is I just put the negative index down, so that become positive index. So now let me just rewrite this. So become negative 4 over 4x minus 2 power of 3 over 2. So now we need to find f double dash 1. So f double dash 1. So that will give me negative 4. That is 4 times 1 is 4, and minus 2 power of 3 over 2. So that should give me, so negative 4, so 2 power of 3 over 2. So of course you can just put that in a calculator, will give you decimal, but let's just work out exact. So to work out the exact, so we know that 2 power of 3 over 2 is exactly the same as 2 power of 3 power of a half. And we know that 2 to the power of 3 is 8. So 8, and then power half is square root, if you like. So therefore 8 is 4 times 2. So therefore is 2 square root 2. So let me just write this. So that will give me negative 4, 2 square root of 2. And of course, we can simplify this, that give me 2. So the answer is negative 2 over square root of 2. Of course, we can rationalize this. So if you rationalize this, you times by root 2, you times this by root 2. So the answer is negative 2 root 2 over 2. So the answer is negative square root of 2. So there you go. Last one. So we need to show f double dash of x is equal to 9 times f of x. So we just find the second derivative of the function first. So the first derivative of the functions is, so remember when y is e to the fx, so y dash is equal to f dash x, and we times e to the fx. So in another word, we differentiate 3 x, it give me 3. And then we times by e to the 3x. Then we differentiate negative 3x, it give me negative 3. And then negative 3 times a negative give you a positive. So plus 3 e to the negative 3x. Now I differentiate one more time. So f double dash of x is equal to, so to differentiate this, so that becomes 3. And 3 times 3 is 9. So that becomes 9 e to the 3x. And then we differentiate this, it give me negative 3. So negative 3 times this 3 here give you negative 9. So minus 9 e to the negative 3x. So there you go. So now what I do, I take out the common factor, that is 9. If I take the 9 out, so that becomes 9 brackets e to the 3x minus e to the negative 3x. So there you go. So if you think about it, this one here is actually f of x. So there you go. So that will give me equal to 9f of x. So therefore, f double dash x is equal to 9 times f of x. And I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you got it correct. Bye.